Well, welcome to week 3 of English 143. The class is moving very quickly. I'll be looking forward to reading your essays this week. I feel the class is pretty complicated, and so I really appreciate you all who are keeping up, okay, and doing the best that you can with each essay. Basically, it's a writing class. Basically, it's a critical thinking class, just trying to get you to think deeply, think in new ways, think in complete thoughts where you come up with ideas that you can add specifics to, details to, add examples to, where your thinking just becomes clearer and clearer, your writing becomes clearer and clearer through practice, okay? And don't sweat always the details of the assignment. I try to provide examples where I can, and this is the first time this class has been taught, so I don't have too many other examples yet at this point, okay? So I'm sorry about that. So don't always sweat the details. Instead, try to give your best writing, get as engaged as you can, try to understand the material, look at all the material, please, all right? So with that in mind, let's go over what the agenda for this week is. I want to tell you about the goals. I want to go over the assignments and the due dates. I want to talk about the lectures and the videos. I want to kind of describe the assignments to you. I want to remind you of the quiz, and then I want to do a very brief review. So, as noted last week, we live in this modern age, and not all writing is plain black text on paper. And the early Bibles, when they were hand transcribed, when they were written out in hand, they were really beautiful. There was lovely, lovely illustrations. The monks took a lot of time doing this and illustrating the Bible. It's really, really quite attractive. And then that went away for a while because the printing press came along. And the printing press is really good at printing words, not so good at doing illustrations. Now they got onto that finally. They did some blocks, wood carvings, that kind of thing, and started printing, but it's a very laborious process. And then writing, though, kind of went back to just all text, right? Well, we're in this totally new age where everything's very visual. I said earlier that there's chunks of writing, chunks of text, chunks of visuals, chunks of images, and then we got a lot of information audio nowadays. Okay, podcasts, music. I mean, how much information actually do you think comes across to us through music? Right? We learn about love, hate, fear, beauty. There's some politics. Okay, there's religion. There's a lot going on in music, and that's more or less what this particular unit's about. Okay, so particularly today's environment. Streaming music, there's just so much. I don't pay for any music anymore. Never buy songs, right? Too bad. I don't steal them either. So I listen to a lot of music on YouTube, to which I have a subscription, so I don't have to listen to the ads. Right? I have Spotify, I have Pandora, and I have Sirius XM all on my computer. And then we also have Spotify on our TV, Pandora on our TV, YouTube on our TV, and Bluetooth speakers all around the house. So we have a lot of sound in the house, right? And then very often when I'm sitting here grading papers on my computer in my office, I have a really nice Bluetooth speaker. I kind of scroll to my YouTube list, and I have YouTube music playing in the background. So I'm getting a lot of music all the time, and I think we all are, all right? So I want to talk about the messages of music, right? How it impacts us. I want to talk, this class talks this week, talks about, we're going to continue our study of rhetorical analysis, of rhetoric, of ethos, pathos, and logos. And then we're going to practice public speaking just for fun, okay? And that is the goal of the university, is to encourage you to practice public speaking, okay? So Wednesday, as class unfolds pretty much the same way every week. Wednesday, you have something due. You have an outline due to the peer review discussion. I'll walk you through that in a minute, and it's going to be about Lou Reed, right? And Lou Reed is was famous singer. He was an early producer and lead singer for the Velvet Underground. This goes way, way back, and then he had his own career, and very instrumental in the development of modern music. Okay. Then you got an outline and essay. Okay, the outline will be due Sunday night. And from that outline, you're going to create a sonic essay. And sonic means audio, sound. All right. So you're actually going to speak this next essay. You're not going to read it. You're going to speak it. Okay. And then you have a quiz, and then you need to complete the peer review with 3 responses. So let's talk a little bit first about the lectures and the videos. These first 2 videos you absolutely must watch. Okay. You cannot do the assignments this week without watching these videos maybe multiple times. They're well done, right? And they walk you through what a rhetorical analysis of music is, okay? And the first one tells you what it is, and then the second one gives you an example. And you'll be doing the same thing. You'll be doing what the second video is doing. That's what you'll be doing for your assignment. Then you need to listen to the song by Lou Reed. This is just a typical, what do you call it? I'm sorry, mine is blank. It is, okay. It is Monday, right? The music video that goes with the song by Lou Reed, okay? Excuse me, losing my voice. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so here's the assignment. I think it's a lot of fun, all right? So you're going to create you can do either video or you can just do an MP3 file, whatever your phone will take or your computer will take. You have a lot of choices here, okay? But you need, from your outline, and I'll go over that in a minute, you need to develop a speaking essay that's 5 to 7 minutes long. I don't want you writing it out. I don't want you reading it out, okay? I want you to work from your outline and talk about your outline, okay? So what are you going to do? You're going to explore the concept, I'm going to read this, rhetorical analysis using your own voice literally. For this assignment, you'll be composing a sonic, using sound, rhetorical analysis of a song of your choice or songs of your choice, 2 different authors, okay? They can be the same song, right, but 2 different singers. That's really fun, all right? Once again, don't sweat the details, sweat what the assignment is actually trying to get you to accomplish, which is mean to create this analysis of music, right? And an analysis doesn't say what it says, it tells how it says it, okay? We already know what it says, we've got the lyrics, okay? Don't do that, all right? See, how does it do this? How does it impact you, okay? What is the pathos, right? What is the ethos? What is the logos? And I'll go over this again in a minute. Who is the audience? What is the context? Context is very, very important. Okay, I'm going to get to some more details. Okay, so 2 different artists, find out how they effectively say their message or lack thereof. You should give brief biographical information concerning the 2 artists before your rhetorical analysis. Again, brief means brief. Okay, keep it brief. So 5 to 7 minutes of speaking, 3 to 4 pages of outline. And then you can use your phone, your computer, whatever it takes to get the file uploaded. Okay, so let me go, let me show you this. Where am I? Okay, so that's the assignment, okay? Now, for the discussion, that's what you need to do first by Wednesday night. You need to listen to Lou Reed, okay? And you need to walk yourself through these steps here. This is practice. That's what this is. This is practice. I'm not going to read this out loud to you guys, but you read this, walk yourself through this, okay? Then talk about ethos, talk about pathos, talk about logos, right? It's similar to what you did last week with looking at the movie poster and the other assignment, okay? So we're learning by repetition, okay? We're kind of building skill upon skill. We're doing a little bit of repetition, and this time we're applying it to music. So that's what you do in the discussion. You do Lou Reed. Then for the outline, you do 2 musicians of your own choice, okay? Compare and contrast if you want, right? Or you can do 2 songs by the same musician. As I said, don't sweat the details. Get the writing done, all right? Get the critical thinking done, okay? So let's tell you about the quiz quickly. Quiz is due Sunday. That's very normal. You need to review. You need to read the textbook. You need to have the textbook open. And here's a hint, okay? One of the questions is pretty much this. So in your rhetorical triangle, you have ethos, pathos, and logos, all right, which are your heart, your mind, and viewing out to the audience. So in writing, you need to always be thinking about your purpose. What's the purpose of writing? So in a song, what's the purpose of the song? The author is very important, either the author of the lyrics or the musician, okay? I think in this case, it's probably the musician. And then, of course, who's the audience? And audience is very, very wildly, okay, and you need to understand your audience in order to target your writing appropriately, okay? And then holding all this together, you have the context. What is the context in which this musician is working or which this song is singing, okay? Let's take Bob Dylan for a minute. I've had the privilege, my wife and kids, we got to see Bob Dylan at the Fort Wayne Coliseum. They had they made it very small. They did a curtain across most of it, so they were just like less than 6,000 people. We got to go down and stand in the mosh pit and hear him when he did this very famous song at the end, "Shines of Freedom." Okay, and Bob Dylan at that time was always kind of singing in a social justice context, and he still does. He sings in social justice context. He's experimented with religion. He's very experimental. Okay, but you need to understand the context, and much of his work is within the context of social justice, which came out of the 60s and the early 70s. where we had the civil rights movement, where we had the anti-war movement. And guess what? Look where we are again today. Black Lives Matters, those kinds of things. We're back in a very, very large social justice movement. Women, what's it called? Me Too, right? More respect for women, that kind of thing. So there's just a lot going on again. So where does this musician, where does this song fit within the context? So that's the quiz. That's a summary. If you have questions, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll be looking at your essays this week. Please keep up. This is a very fast-moving class with a lot of work, and it's very short. 8 weeks I find to be very, very short. So, okay. Hope I've been a little helpful here. Good luck.